where it's time for some classic football action now in the Big Match Revisited.
More great drama? That's just the job. Trust a Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustATrader.com.
Football League, and tonight we join the Villa players on the coach taking them back to the Midlands and to the celebrations that are bound to await them there. Villa were beaten at Arsenal today. In the end, that didn't matter because Ipswich slipped up at Middlesbrough, and we'll be showing you how Bobby Robson's men missed their last important chance. But there's no doubt where the real drama came from today, and the goals. The relegation battle between Norwich City and Leicester City, and that's our main match tonight. And with the cup final a week away, there's a scare for Spurs as defender Graham Roberts is stretchered off at West Bromwich Albion. News of him later, and also action from that game that was brimming with goals. So Villa the champions, and here's Jim Rosenthal with the rest of the season's ups and downs that were settled today.
Notts County and Swansea join West Ham in Division 1. County with a win at Chelsea, where the fans invade the pitch and call for the chairman to resign. But disaster for Sheffield United. They miss a penalty 3 minutes from time and are relegated to the 4th Division.
But now the action in a frantic First Division relegation match between Norwich City and Leicester City. Leicester already down, of course, and Norwich had to win today and hoped that one of the others, strugglers, slipped up. The pictures are from Anglia Television. Our commentator is Jerry Harrison.
Well, the situation for Norwich is frighteningly simple. If they lose, they will be relegated. If they draw, they will stay up only if Brighton and Sunderland lose. And if they win, they're safe only if one of Brighton, Sunderland and Coventry lose. But with the recovery of Woods and Fashanu and the return of McDowell and Barham after injury, they're at full strength. But if they go down, players like Justin Fashanu, 21 goals this season, will be so much harder to keep. But the captain, Graham Padden, has been through it all before. He was with the club in 1973 when they needed to beat Crystal Palace in similar circumstances. They were one down early on. Colin Suggett equalised. Dave Stringer, now the youth team coach, scored the winner in the last minute and they stayed up. Leicester City are going down after only one season in the First Division. They're young, average age 21, they're hard-working, but goals have been hard to come by. And the rebuilding has already begun. Two players making First Division debuts, number 4, Paul Ramsey, and number 3, Norman Lee, the 19-year-old defender, introduced for his height and strength here. A bonus for Leicester, a blow for Norwich. Alan Young returns to the side. He picked up a 3-match suspension during the week, but it won't start till next season. The referee is Brian Daniels from Brentwood. The conditions, very windy, very dry, just the sort of thing you don't want for this particular match. And it's Leicester City in the white shorts to kick off. Well, a big occasion, and the question really is, how is it going to affect two sides? One under no pressure at all, the other under tremendous pressure. This is O'Neill, picked up by Maguire, and Leicester will be guaranteed to bite hard and run hard, and there's a free kick there. Alan Young just returned from suspension and is due to start another one. Wilson got a touch, but it wasn't clean enough. Maguire, Fashanu, great move, good save. Smooth stuff from Norwich City. Well, that was a dangerous moment for Leicester there, and some sweet flowing stuff when Wilson didn't get a clear header. Maguire, a neat back header there, and Fashanu was in fast, and the goalkeeper did superbly. And Maguire, nice little touch to Barham. Leet comes to him first. In for Maguire, good ball. Barham still going in the right. This is Fashanu. Good shot. But from a very difficult angle, and the goalkeeper was doing his job absolutely right. Melrose in here with John McDowell coming to Maguire. Who's supporting him on the left? Nobody, so he's having to go back the other way. O'Neill, pressured by Wilson. Leet on the left-hand side, lovely ball. Melrose, good turn, beautiful stuff. Wilson going in there, Young with a touch, Young gets it, No, put in the end by Melrose. Young's shot didn't quite go over, but Wood's certainly well beaten there, and it's Melrose who must surely get the final credit. But that really was quite right, because Melrose had some superb work in there before this incident. Young should have scored himself. Woods didn't get hold of it, but then Melrose with the easy task of tapping it over the line. A real disaster for Norwich City. They go down after only 20 minutes, 1-0 to Leicester. Young might have had the touch, but in fact it must surely be credited to number 8 Jim Melrose. Walford gets a foot to it. Ramsey, who's had a quiet game so far, but Melrose in there challenging for that one. Has had more than that, and Melrose going to get another one. Surely he's held off. It's going to go in. He's done it again. Leicester go 2 up. Jim Melrose once more. What a disaster again for Norwich City. The wind possibly beating the defender there, but that should have been a penalty really. The referee allowed play to go on, and it bobbles in. So 2-0 now for Leicester City. Surely can Norwich get 3 goals, but they might get a break here as Barham goes forward. And well held by Wallington. Well, this is amazing stuff. Leicester City have, of course, got 5 good away wins in the First Division this season, playing with a lot of abandon, but there's abandonment in the Norwich defence as McDonald goes forward. Melrose was close to getting that one, but Walford gets it away. But they're biting hard, Leicester City. McDonald to Melrose. And he wasn't offside, although Norwich were appealing, and he's looking for his hat-trick. Joe Raw doesn't get it cleanly. Brought down, free kick. Well, if Norwich pull back from this one and get points, it'll be a really dramatic story. Now it's Barham with a bit of room. Maguire! And the fight back has started. Mick Maguire, as if to say, come on, let's get on with it. He's over the halfway line already. Well, there's a lovely ball to Barham. He's left with much too much room. He was able to pick out his cross. Maguire pick out his header. 2-1. So we've certainly got drama on our hands here. And just the stuff to set before the troops on the last game of the season. And Downs feeding Watson, and he makes an error. Oh, he's under pressure from Melrose. Oh, they're getting themselves into all sorts of scrapes here. Watson is the main culprit, and Woods has made a mess of it. And Linux is in, but it's a free kick. Look at those 2 Norwich City players there. They've got away with this one, Downs and Woods, but they're very, very lucky. Well, Linux would have thought that he had a gift of a goal there, but according to the referee, nothing. Just a free kick to Norwich City. Well, Woods and Downs were certainly very fortunate on that occasion. And a lot of space for John McDowell. Both sides really going for goals here. And Barham again with room. Royal on the near post. Not good enough. Back to John McDowell. Still Barham with room. Leeds being pulled all over the place here. John McDowell must get a good one in now. Fashanu. Away by Ramsey. Good challenge by the Leicester defence there. You've got to get in there and balk them, even if you don't get the ball yourself. O'Neill. Williams behind him. Padden not fouled? No. Downs. Losing Linux. Downs with a cross. Fashanu getting up. Heading down for Brom. For Maguire, rather. Maguire coming in fast. Very, very difficult opportunity, that. Young and Walford. Maguire is really working so hard and effectively in very difficult circumstances, facing often the wrong way. Leet to McDonald, to Linux, and Maguire in there again. Terrific stuff, but not quite hard enough to get it to Brom, and it's Linux now with a chance to cross. But it hits McDowell and goes for a corner. Well, the game really roaring from end to end. Two big guys coming up, three big fellas from the back, in fact, Leet among them. O'Neill making a run forward. There's May, there's Leet. Oh, it's off the line by John McDowell. And they're on the break, and Norwich City could have been totally broken there. But O'Neill is surging forward, as he did against Spurs. But this time, they've almost been stopped. They have now. Well, again, terrific drama in that Norwich City goalmouth when that corner came across. They were really at 6s and 7s. It was well hit. Big guys leaping for it, but it comes then to Leet. He whacks it, and on the line there, McDowell to clear. Fashanu to chase this one with John O'Neill. Haddon's come back to help him. That's Norwich City's. Brom coming over to take this one. Is it going to be a short one this time? Yes, to O'Neill. O'Neill's cross. Touched by Royal. Oh, and almost no goal. O'Neill almost put that past his own goalkeeper. Great save by Wallington. Well, they're not short of action here. Once O'Neill had got past his man here, he drove one in which was touched by Royal, and then O'Neill trying to change direction, nearly beat his own goalkeeper. But while all that is going on, Norwich City are making a substitution. John McDowell, unfortunately, has had to go off. It must be bad because we were into time added on in this first half, and Ross Jack has come on, so they'll have to do some reorganising. Well, won by Young when it comes to Downs. Young again competing with Dave Watson, but Watson has conceded a free kick. Watson, one of the Norwich City players who looked surprisingly nervous in this first half. May's kick. Young beating Watson there. Melrose, McDonald. Oh, a good save. And Leicester almost getting another one. Woods at work there, all right. After Young had won the ball in the air here, Norwich were in a little bit of trouble. Couldn't get the ball under control as Melrose knocks it back to McDonald. Good snapshot and a great save. And a corner to Leicester. McDonald on the near post. Wilson, well wide. Well caught by a policeman. All the fun of the affair here. But that's the end of the first 45 minutes. And what a half of movement and drama, particularly after Maguire pulled one back, when Melrose had put Leicester City 2-0 up after only 22 minutes. An amazing series of events. No storybook series, though, for Norwich City. They've still got it all to do. If it stays like this at half-time, at full-time, they will go down. So, after 45 minutes, a game of great pace. The score is Norwich 1, Leicester 2. It could so easily have been worse. So the start of the second half, and things really couldn't be worse for Norwich City. They're losing here, and all the other sides are getting good results or good scores at the moment. And the flag goes up there for offside. They're going to have to put it together a lot better up front. They've certainly created some openings, but they must settle down and get rid of some of this nervousness at the back. Leicester City playing with relaxation and a fair bit of abandonment, and are really quite enjoying themselves out there. Referee getting out of the way. Alan Young collecting. Feels for handball. Game goes on. Joe Royle. Breaks for O'Neill. Ramsey gets in the way. Maguire for Fashanu. Larry May comes over. Holds off though. Behind him he's got Barham. O'Neill. In comes Royle. Feels for a corner, but no. The referee says it hit Royle on the top of the head, and that's the goal kick. In which case it was a blooming good effort, although he thought it hit the defender. O'Neill hooking it in. Royle really attacking the ball, and I must say it looks as if it did hit the defender. Ramsey. Caught by Downs. Forward goes Fashanu. Over goes O'Neill. And Fashanu might get through here. Fashanu. It's in! Justin Fashanu gets Norwich back on terms. Well, Greg Downs played a big part in that by winning that ball. Then Fashanu beat O'Neill. Then he really showed his coolness. Beautiful goal. Number 22 of the season, but much more important, it's 2-2 here and a lifeline for Norwich City. Fashanu, who'll be a hero anyhow, could get the freedom of the city if this sets them on the way to victory. Watson caught again. Young in possession. Swinging it wide to Ramsey. Downs in fast. Padden. Downs keeps going on the left-hand side. Padden has gone forward now. Chance for him to cross. Royle is in there. Fashanu! Oh, complete miscue. The ball didn't come to him quite fast enough, but that's the sort of opportunity that he can usually bury. Again, it was good work by Downs on that left-hand side, a cross which Royle competed for, taking a man out, and then a difficult bounce on the hard ground, which confused Fashanu. Royle and May coming to Henderson for his first touch. McDonald has dropped back to fullback, but here comes Ramsey forward. And Melrose is in with a chance. It's going in. It's a hat-trick. And Norwich City are trailing again. Woods came out to no avail. Well, Maguire bursting through, trying to get hold of Ramsey, couldn't do so, and Ramsey does well to get it to Melrose. Woods is out, but it's a neat bit of play by Melrose, and it's 3-2. And for Jim Melrose, provided he gets the credit for that first one, that's a hat-trick, and that's a marvellous scoreline for him and for Leicester. Another touch of disaster for Norwich. Walford cut out easily by Wilson. You could see him shaping for that. Now it's 4 against 3, but Downs does well to make it Norwich City's ball. Jack. O'Neill. Oh, Fashanu had to check back. Maguire. Fashanu again, he can get down to the line. Good cross, touches the bar, and it's O'Neill to see it off. John O'Neill that time. So Norwich City so close to another one. Maguire did well to get it to Fashanu, not much of an angle, and perhaps it might be too near the goal, but against the bar on the way eventually. O'Neill's corner. And it's come to Jack. Couldn't get a shot in. Now Leicester breaking. It's 3 against 2. Indeed, it's going to be 5 against 2 in a minute. if Lynex can get it clear to Melrose. He got another chance. Behind him is McDonald. Wood stays on his line. Young gets up well, and it's over the top. What a really flinging people forward. Leicester City haven't enjoyed the game as much for a long time, apart from that knock. Well, what a terrible time for manager Ken Brown after the way the side has improved and played so well in the last few months. They look as if they're on the way down. But O'Neill's got by him here for the moment. It's a useful cross. Jack in there, but beaten by Lynex, a much smaller player. Jack against Ramsey. Down's a good cross. Just touched away, though, by O'Neill. And a bit of room by the other O'Neill here. Couldn't quite keep his balance. And into the arms of Wallington. And real despair there for Martin O'Neill. Certainly not going for him. Looking for Wilson, that wasn't a bad ball, but it was well cut out. Royal. Seconds ticking away here. Padden across. Good header. Well, the flag was up there, I thought, but there was a moment where it seemed as if Norwich City were going to get another equaliser. As Royal touched that one away to Padden. Now, who got the final touch to this one? As Wallington is stuck on his line. Indeed, it hit O'Neill. It might have gone in if it hadn't. Ramsey, and a little bit arrogant here, but the flag had gone up for offside against Melrose, so Wood's quickly over to take the kick, but surely it's too late. Fashanu just chests it down to Martin O'Neill. There is the whistle. It is too late. It's 3-2 to Leicester City. Norwich City go down despite Justin Fashanu's brave equaliser. It was Melrose who came back with yet another goal, his third of the game, and he's the hero here, but the villain for Norwich City, because they're down and I'm afraid they're out.
So defeat for Norwich and relegation. Brighton saved themselves with a 2-0 home win against Leeds United. Sunderland, who I think most people felt were the favourites to go down, they stay up after an astonishing 1-0 win at Anfield against Liverpool. Stan Cummins was the scorer there. And tonight, the Brighton manager Alan Mullery has paid tribute to the fine young players he's got at the club. But still, the buzz continues that Mullery could have talks with Chelsea chairman Brian Mears in the very near future. And there's a feeling that he might just listen to what Chelsea have to say. And Ken Brown stays as Norwich manager in spite of being relegated. That was made clear earlier by the Norwich board. But tonight, of course, Ken Brown is a disappointed man.
I was more than upset a little bit about the goals that we gave away today. Two central defenders let us down, and they know it. But after saying all that, I mean, they've been great, they've been really fabulous. But where it mattered most, it's let us down. But we'll get over that.
So Norwich relegated, Ipswich beaten in that chase for the title. It really has been an unfortunate day for East Anglia. Well, let's briefly call in at Ayresome Park now to see how Middlesbrough finally killed off those last Ipswich hopes. It was a match Ipswich had to win, and it started so well for them. They are in the white shorts.
Stiggles. Mills. Not a lot open to him. Muren's out on the left. Mills. Brazil. Brazil again. Got the cross in. Mariner. It's there. 1-0. Paul Mariner. Mariner returns and does the trick. Well, they worked for that Ipswich. They took their time and they built it up. It was Brazil who got the cross in, and Mariner was there, and that was 1-0. Jankovic. Ross. It's a good ball into space for Ian Bailey out on the left. Shearer. Off the line by Butcher. Good move by Middlesbrough. And that was a close call for Ipswich. Good ball played in, but Butcher again was covering on the line and got it clear. Jankovic has got past them. Shearer. Jankovic again. Cochrane's out here. Had to be first time, but he never got it on target. Better looking spell developing here by Middlesbrough. Armstrong back for Craggs. Jankovic, and that's the equaliser from Bosco Jankovic. What a fine header. And that's really set the cat among the pigeons for Ipswich. Such a simple goal as well. The ball played in finally from the corner to the far post. And there was Bosco Jankovic leaping there to head home, and Cooper had no chance with that one. Bailey. Laid off now for Ross. Proctor and Middlesbrough looking to press home the advantage they've got now. The initiative is with them. Here goes Cochrane. Oh, that would have been a great goal. Well, Terry Cochrane cut inside there, and he decided to let one go. It was cleanly struck. It was just going away from the far post. This is Proctor. And Cochrane, and Shearer's going through the middle. Cochrane's delayed it, though. Jankovic. Oh, that's 2-0. Big Bosco's done it again. What a super goal from Bosco Jankovic. And that surely is Aston Villa's title as well. What a fine build-up, though, by Middlesbrough. And a really telling ball by Terry Cochrane. He delayed until the moment was true. And so was his cross. And there was Bosco Jankovic, who's had a game and a half. And that surely is Ipswich's title hopes right down the drain.
Yes, indeed. Ipswich beaten 2-1. They lose the championship, as you can see, even though Villa lost 2-0 at Highbury against Arsenal. It was enough to make Villa the champions. And, in fact, Jim Rosenthal was at Highbury.
Yes, Brian, Villa 33-1 outsiders at the start of the season, champions for the first time since 1910. Before their coach left London, they were already celebrating what every player would love to do, win the league. Well, Dennis, delighted it's come right for you and that Villa have won the title, but would you have liked to have won it with a rather better performance than you gave today?
Yeah, we would have done, but you know, the fact is that we've won more games than anybody else, we've got more points than anybody else, and we've won it really on merit. And whether we lost today, you know, it's by the by. Ipswich couldn't do it, they had every opportunity, but we're the side that have done it in the end.
Your fans certainly kept you in touch with the way the game was going up in the northeast, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they did. When they shouted, well, when the Arsenal fans started shouting in the first half, we knew Ipswich had scored. And then when the Villa fans started shouting in the second half, we knew that Middlesbrough had equalised. But then when they shouted again, about 4:30, I think it was, you know, I mean, I think then we started to think about the championship then.
What does it mean to you as a Brummie to have won the title?
Well, Jim, it hasn't really sunk in at the moment, you know. No doubt it will do later on in the weekend, but being a Villa supporter as well, it means a hell of a lot to me, you know.
And a terrific way to end your first full season.
Yeah, well, we was disappointed with the result today, but it's been one hell of a season for me individually, as it has been for the rest of the team. We can go from strength to strength next season.
And we got tremendous ability in the side. We got tremendous character. You can hear it now. I mean, tremendous bunch of players, and not just those that have played regularly, but some of them that's only played the odd game. And there's a lot of nonsense spoken about ability and flair, about the Continentals and all the rest of it. That's all in England. We also have heart, we have character, we have bravery, we have aggression, we have pace, and all those things are in our team.
Would you say this is the best team you've ever played in?
As a team, yes, but individuals, obvious. I've played with Dennis Law, Bobby Charlton, and George Best, so I can't say that. But as a team, yes.
Do you feel any sympathy for Ipswich at this moment?
No, not really. No.
I'd like to see them win something because they've had a hell of a season. It'll just have to be the UEFA Cup, that's all.
None of the team are current internationals. Do you think that situation's going to change in the next few weeks?
Well, I'm not bothered really, Jim. I mean, whether they do or not. I mean, we've won the championship, and as far as the players are concerned, I mean, that is the important thing in English football. And if players get capped, then it's a reward. It's a pat on the back for such a good season. But if they get it, then they deserve it. And but as far as I'm concerned, we're champions of the First Division. That's what matters to us.
It's still the one title everybody wants to win.
Oh yeah, I mean, crikey, I mean, it's everybody's dream really, playing the First Division, to win the championship. It's always been mine. It was always my dream to win it with Liverpool when I was a kid, but to win it with Aston Villa, I mean, that's superb. And being captain as well, I've got tomorrow now to go and pick the trophy up and show it to the crowd, so it's an exciting time really.
There's one thing I must say to you. You promised us last week, talk to me when we've won, and I'll give you a big smile. I just wonder if you'll give us a nice smile.
Well, I can't actually, because my teeth are a bit loose today.
Well, you can full. That's not a bad try. You give us a wide grin anyway, Ron.
Yeah, you've just had it.
Okay, all right. Ron Saunders, well done.
Well done.
Well, I knew we'd get a smile out of him in the end, but what about the man who lost the title? Ipswich manager Bobby Robson. He had this to say about Ron Saunders.
He's been one of our best managers. He's worked jolly hard, and he's worked in intense difficulty sometimes at Aston Villa. I mean, 18 months ago, I'd have thought the world was falling around him from beneath his feet, and he stood the test of time. He's won through there, and he's won a marvellous championship for them, and, many congratulations to him.
Well, coming up next, goals galore as Cup finalist Spurs visit West Brom, and an injury scare for Tottenham as well, and the winners of our Golden Goals competition. They're from ATV and our commentator, Hugh Johns.
In effect, Albion are unchanged for the 5th game in a row, but actually Peter Barnes earns a recall. Dropped last week, he earned a reprieve when the Leeds game was postponed, and now continues in the number 11 shirt, though he still hopes to leave the club after their final game at Carrow Road next Wednesday. Spurs boss Keith Birkinshaw wrestled with a whole flock of injury problems at Lilleshall this morning before naming this side. Those missing from the outfit, which is almost certain to go to Wembley next Saturday, are Houghton, Ardiles, Hoddle, Crooks and Archibald, who gets the subs job. Here's Statham. Regis tries to get away. He was pushed by Miller. Free kick. And we'll see John Weil coming up on the far side of the box here. Now Owen. Robson, good ball. Statham. Across the goal. Super goal too from Ali Brown. What a beautifully worked little move that turned out to be, as Ali Brown finishes it off in devastating manner. There's the ball to Robson, and Statham right up there to crack it across the face of the goal. That was fairly easy eventually for Ali Brown. Superbly worked free kick move. That's Regis winning the ball from Roberts, who's hurt. Ali Brown. It comes to Regis. Oof. Little toe poke along the ground, and anxious signs on the Tottenham bench. Mike Varney, the physio, wants to get onto the park to attend to Roberts, Graham Roberts. And finally, referee John Lovett says yes. You can see what happened here. Was that challenge by Regis and Roberts together.
And Robert stayed down. Well, really, really sad scenes here for Tottenham, as their powerful midfielder come defender Graham Roberts, who is a vital part of their team for Manchester City at Wembley next Saturday, is taken off here with what certainly seems to be quite a bad head wound of some sort. It might be shoulder. And the ball dropped to restart the game. Now Galvin comes into the centre of midfield to join Brook, Villa and Hazard, leaving Archibald and Falco up front as Barnes attacks on his own. Oh, what a goal! That will do for Peter Barnes, the man who wants to leave this club. And that's as good a solo goal as Peter Barnes has ever scored or will ever score. Did it all by himself. And the finishing dig with the left peg really was superb. Let's follow this all the way now. He starts off there. He's a long way outside the box. It's one man gone at Villa. Now that's Smith gone. He still keeps coming. Now McAllister comes to him. Hesitates, checks inside McAllister. Now look for this left foot. Isn't that a beauty? High-hanging ball, which Robertson got to. Miller. It's Archibald. Oh, and Falco scores. Yes. It's 2-1. Mark Falco. That's his first goal of the season. Perfect punishment. Corner kick, swinging way across. And it's Archibald who finally knocks the ball back across the face of the goal. He gets tight in there, knocks it across, no cover, and Falco, a right footer, which Godden never smelt. Well, I suppose one could have predicted that with about half the side out of action today for one reason and another. Oh, here's Remy Moses. And it's finally in there. Well, it was Robson who suddenly threw himself in, so the three scorers who got the goals up at White Hart Lane for Albion earlier this season have done it here this afternoon as well. Paddy Brown's got his goal, Peter Barnes has got his, and now we're going to see exactly how Brian Robson got his. Remy Moses had everybody biting at their fingernails because they thought that he delayed it too long. It very nearly went for a goal kick, but across the box, and there's Robson, ball and all, in the net. Villa. This ball across to Perryman. It's Hazard. Like a handball there, and the free kick given. So there's still time for at least a repeat of the scoreline between the teams at White Hart Lane, where it was 3-2 to Albion. And Villa looks as though he's going to try and bend one here. No, Smith is, and he buries it. Gordon Smith scores a remarkable goal. Not only his first one for Tottenham, but his first one since he hit a penalty for St Johnstone against Hibs way back in November '75. And look at the power of this shot. Where's the gap? No, there was no gap. The wall wasn't good enough, and the ball is buried by Gordon Smith. So, in fact, we have a 3-2 scoreline now to West Bromwich Albion. And time enough for even that score to change. Miller then for Smith. It's off Batson. That'll come down to Moses. Now Barnes. Ali Brown spiking through. And McAllister is there for Villa. Oh, that could be dangerous. Cross is in. Is he going to try one himself? Oh, what a beautiful goal! The first one that Nicky Cross has ever scored, and that's one he will treasure for a very, very long time. Once again, a Tottenham mistake, but didn't that youngster do his job perfectly? He goes right in, one-on-one, and then the left foot lob over the goalkeeper into the far corner, and now it's 4-2. Oh, what a way to end the season.
Well, a Spurs side that'll bear little resemblance, I imagine, to next week's Wembley team, are beaten 4-2. But what about defender Graham Roberts, who was carried off after that collision that we saw with Cyril Regis? Tonight the news is that he's had a severe headache, was taken to hospital, but he's now left hospital, and they say he's sure to be OK for the final next Saturday. That's good news. But now it's time for Golden Goals 1981, and the moment when we name the man who scored the winning goal and the viewer who wins the trip to, for two to watch Liverpool play in the European Cup final in Paris later this month. Well, earlier this week, last year's winner, Glenn Hoddle, came into the Big Match office to judge the final 6 goals and put them in a full order of merit. It wasn't an easy job by any means, but here's what Glenn decided. In 6th place was Goal D by Trevor Francis for Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa. In 5th place was Goal E by Gary Shaw for Aston Villa against Nottingham Forest. In 4th place, Goal F by David Cross for West Ham against Watford. Which brings us to the top 3, and in 3rd place, Goal A by Andy Peake for Leicester against Liverpool.
And Leicester, let's look back and reckon that they've made more chances than Liverpool. But they're still scoreless. Goes Peake, setting himself for the drive. Oh, what a goal! That is beautiful! Andy Peake, his first ever First Division goal. He'll never score a better one.
In 2nd place, Goal B by Phil Boyer for Southampton against Ipswich.
Gola on the decoy run. Williams, Keegan, chested down and away by Mariner. Lovely little touch from Keegan and the shot from Boyer. Oh, what a goal! That is an absolutely fantastic goal.
So that leaves us with the golden goal of 1981, and it was Goal C, scored by Steve Hunt of Coventry against Birmingham City.
It's Gillespie. Gallagher, firm and positive in the air. Hunt. Hunt keeping his feet on this surface. Thompson, Hunt in again. Yes, a beautiful goal.
Well, I'm delighted this morning to have this privilege, really, to present Steve Hunt with this Golden Goal of the Year for 1981 award. I'd just like to say that there's another 15% that this player's got to get out of himself. There's 15% the coaching staff have got to get out of him. And if we achieve that together, I think the ability he has, we'll see many more goals of that spectacular fashion, and the door to an England cap might not be too far away. Steve, on behalf of everybody connected with the award, may I present you with it, and let's hope that we all get invited at the end of the season to have a nice little drink of brandy out of it. And every success for the future.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Steve, you go. Thanks, boss. Cheers, lads.
Well, Steve, they're calling for a speech. Perhaps you better give us one.
I'd just like to thank Glenn Hoddle for picking me. You know, I have tremendous respect for him and his goals, and it's just very nice to receive this kind of award.
Glenn Hoddle described it as a goal that he would have loved to have scored personally. Do you think it was about the best one you've ever scored?
It's the most satisfactory one I've ever scored because it went where I wanted it to go, sort of thing. But Glenn scored a few good goals himself.
Well done, Steve, and our thanks, of course, to the Coventry manager Gordon Milne for making that presentation to Steve Hunt. And I'd better now remind you of that winning order. Goals C, B, A, F, E, D. So Ipswich then faltered at the last stride in the league today, and Aston Villa are the new champions. It's been a marvellous season for them, for men like manager Ron Saunders, for skipper Dennis Mortimer, for Peter With, the scorer of so many important goals for them, and a man, indeed, who won a championship medal with Nottingham Forest only 3 years ago. To them all we say, well done, and now from us, good night.
Shaw doing well for Mortimer as Swain breaks on the right. Giddis coming near post. That's Shaw. That's 2-1 Villa. Again, he has to attack two. The ball in low for Shaw. A touch. Morley. Goal. Beautiful goal. Oh. Horsburgh and Shaw, and the referee intelligently allows play on, gives the advantage. It's Morley. Attacking Anderson. And looking for Weir. Yes! It'll drop for Shaw. Oh, well, it's a fine goal from Alan Evans.